That's probably what this quest says here. I mean, we haven't even been tracking this quest, even though it's technically the one that we've been working on. It is... which one? Not this. This. Yeah. Now it's just sail to the Isle in search of Yalmar. And so, yeah, I think that those guys are likely the ones that will take us there. But just don't think this is exactly the time to do it. Yes, level-wise, it could potentially make sense, but there's just so many things that we've not yet done over here. I think we probably do want to hold off at least a little bit first. Thought about looting that stuff for a second there. Can we go down here? It says something about it being a calm village. Meanwhile, these guys are beating each other up. Sure. Sure. Okay, so that's everything in the tavern. That might actually be everything in the main section of town here, though there is still a lot over in this direction. I do wonder if we could get anything to actually go into the water here, because you know the theory. I need not repeat it. There's always something under the bridge. And by always, I mean most of the time. 60% of the time, it works all the time, okay? This is just one of those other 60, non-60% times. Okay, so let's see what else, besides this partially built boat, which is pretty freaking cool. Even jump on it? Oh, for a second, I mean, this is extinguished, but yeah, igniting a lantern on a giant boat. Something tells me you want to be a little bit careful about that. Okay. So, we did speak to some people in this general area before we even started all the main quest stuff. Hardest barrier to cross. These ropes. It's just buckthorn, I'm assuming. It looks like it, right? Wait, hornwort. Oh, hold on. I think that is a fair bit harder to get. It does intrigue me a bit. I do wonder if these waters have any sort of drowners, things of that sort in them. That is a chest. In fact, that might be numerous chests there. You know, it's just an extension of the chests that are usually under the bridge. It's just, you know, it's a little bit further away is all. Okay. I might have wanted to go a little bit closer to the chest first. Okay, this is buckthorn. Not really what I wanted. Diamond dust. Okay. That might be it for that one, but I thought I saw another one a little bit further down as well. Just surface first. At least from a distance, it looked like it was a chest. So now that we're closer, it looks like it might just be more of the buckthorn. And if it's... Oh, hold on. Or not. I mean, not amazing stuff, but it's better than just buckthorn. Then, I mean, like, this stuff looks like herbs. Probably is. But can we trust it? I mean, we do have the markers on our mini-map that should be probably even better indicators. This looks like buckthorn to me, yeah. That stuff's not worth doing much exploration for. Please, surface carols, thank you. That's a dime a dozen. Just interested to see if there's anything else in this area here, but I don't think so. Unless that's hornwort, and that also looks like buckthorn, yeah. Okay. That's hornwort, okay. Maybe it's only in the very shallow areas there, something like that. Either way. Don't think that's terribly important either, though. I mean, not as common as buckthorn, but nonetheless. Okay, so lots of ships being built here. I do wonder if we could loot this. Feel like we could. Feel like we could. I think we got away with that. I mean, it's just timber. It's not terribly valuable, but still. This stuff here, I think so too. A little better, probably. A little bit of silver. Lowest quality of silver, but still. See something else show up there for a second? Maybe? Oh, that is a wall. At least part of a wall that we were walking into there. I was wondering if we could sneak up behind one of these buildings and get anything interesting there. But not necessarily sure we've gone to all of these buildings here. If we went to the ones on the right, yeah, because this is where the herbalist or the paint and herbalist people. But then, like, down here. Ooh, oh, hold on. Back in the water we go, apparently. Oh, from the other angle, these looked like they were houses or something of that sort, but this may just be all those places where they're housing the ships that we were looking at before. Ooh, this could be good. Ah, it's just more timber, which is understandable, but not that valuable. There are several guards people here. It's probably not the best time to be taken from this, unless and until you move. Like now. Not that that was terribly valuable either. But yeah, we've been over there.
Looks like rain.
Yeah, so in that case, I think we may have actually explored most of the things down here, and I'm sure we'll be back here at some point in time. I know we were thinking about looting that stuff previously. These buildings here? Maybe not these little houses. Doesn't seem like it. We'll poke our heads in here. You know, just out of the sight of those guards there, so we can actually loot stuff more safely. And then I think we hit the road. We were thinking about going to, what was it, basically one town-ish place south of here, and town is maybe a strong word, but ooh, meteorite. That's good. But the place where we will find the next notice board, basically, that being the idea. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, it's an awfully large area for there to not be any loot in it at all. Not that these places exist for us to loot them, of course not, but they basically exist for us to loot them, right? Do you think there were guards walking around here as well, so I'm hesitant, yeah, to just go and immediately take that stuff there. For here, this chest, mostly getting more of the wooden junk of various varieties, but every once in a while, little bits and pieces of other things. Doesn't look like much here. Again, other loot that theoretically we could try taking, but I think those guards over there are likely to stop us. This guy. Again, I remember being down here. Thanks.
Wonder if he's as strong as he looks.
He's spoken to you?
I'm busy.
You're busy. I'm sorry. Yeah, like that stuff. I mean, you don't look busy.
Vagrant.
Really looks like you're just chilling over here with nothing to do at all. But, you know, whatever you say. And this is where we had the first part of the funeral, right? People were up here, giving their dramatic speeches, doing the flaming arrow, like, ah. We actually gone up here? I don't think so. I don't think there's anything for us to do unless we can climb that. No, don't do it. Now, this would also be an interesting place to see if there's anything in the water. I feel like there could be something over there. Wouldn't rule that out. Just take a quick peek. See if we can detect any chests in this general area. I suspect maybe a little more likely in this direction. I was thinking, like, right around here. Where there's all this wreckage of some sort. Though maybe not. I think all that stuff below us is just more the plants, more the herbs. Buckthorn. Like I said before, we really don't need that. So, camera. There we go. Okay. So in that case, let me just double check, make sure we're not missing a big part of town, but like maybe this up here, but I think this is largely just a gate. I think we've now explored most of this area here. Then that means that we'll be headed back down to the crossroads, which is roughly where we landed. We initially landed right here, where there was the place of power, the monster nest with the sirens. But ultimately, we're going to want to go to RANNVAIG, which is 15 years ago. One of the fishermen of RANNVAIG bagged an enormous halibut, and from that moment, all the other villagers have devoted their lives to beating his record. Oh, that's cool. Little fishing town. I do wonder. I think we went over here from the crossroads, more or less following the path. So I feel like maybe going a little bit more along the shoreline, checking out this question mark here, and seeing what we might find in the middle of this area on our way to the crossroads might be good. And then from the crossroads, maybe we'll follow the path, because I don't think we've ever gone in this direction at all. Let's try that. Let's put our marker there. It's a general direction in which we'll want to go, but I don't think we necessarily need to follow it to a T. And yeah, how do we get out of here? Here's my next question. Hold on. Let me take an ostrich. Up here. Okay. War Shield Maiden. And I think we saw that there was, there were some bandits in this general direction, yes. I wouldn't rule out that we might run into some of those. Wild animals, we haven't seen much of them. Oh, some wolves, maybe. Oh? Huh? That's just, I think, unless the village is there again, that's not actually anything new. For a second, I was like, what? Did we find a new place already? No, surely not. And the changes in elevation, of course, are also a thing. Whoa! You found a very dramatic place to hang out. Also, hope you don't mind if I take that. Apparently you don't.
What are ye looking at?
I just wanted to take something from the chest. Yeah, for something in such a dramatic place, you would have thought maybe they'd put something better. I mean, I do want to walk in this direction, yes, but the map suggests that that's possible. But looking directly in front of me feels like we would be falling to our death. So maybe don't do that immediately. Guessing it's gonna be what? Drowners? They look like drowners. Maybe drown dead. That one with the spikes on its back could be a little bit tougher. Let's save here just in case these guys are high level. Of course, we don't really know. Oh, victim, you say? Drown dead. Okay. This is actually going to be something here. Excuse me. Totally. Okay. Is there actually an official type of encounter in this spot? Or is it just a random set of drowned dead? You guys are doing way too many side steps. That was not cool. I think it was just you two. But I wouldn't necessarily put it past them to spawn more. So this looks like, oh, yes, as red glow, so it is theoretically affiliated with some kind of quest.
Stench.
Oh.
Drowners for sure. Bear must be nearby.
Okay, so we did discuss that one with the person in town previously. That is, yes, obviously one of the Witcher contracts. Okay, I see all the herbs around here, and it looks like we might have been able to pick up some more interesting things. That thorn work, again, is a little bit more unusual. but I don't necessarily think that we are looking to do this quest right now. More so looking to discover new things that we do not yet know about. I mean, we have the descent, who's leading us over here-ish. I'm just going to take this and not follow that. Because, yeah, we can go do that whenever we want. Ooh, let's take this, though. Ooh, those Assassin's Gauntlets may become our next pair of gloves. Oh, we also... Didn't we? Yeah, we switched into the fancy clothes, and then we never changed back. Pretty sure I was saying that I was going to forget to do that, or at least something like that. Let's throw the new stuff back on, or the old stuff really back on. And I'm guessing these are the new Assassin's Gauntlets that we just picked up, because I think we had other ones that are level 15. These ones are level 19. So those should be a good fit. Throw at school stuff back on, and then hard to compare the armor when we are comparing it against just fancy clothing. It is not really meant for combat. Like, real question is, which one of these is better? Which one were we going for? Was it the armor piercing, or was it the Gwen sign intensity? The ones that we do not have equipped technically have slightly more in terms of armor, and they are a little bit more beat up, which maybe suggests that that's what we were using before. Guessing that's the case. Let's go with that then. And then I think that's good for now. Okay. Yeah, and I think let's basically go straight up from here and make it to that question mark. Right? Alright, Carol. I didn't think we were actually going to be able to do that. That was more than I thought you'd be able to pull off, but okay. No, let's actually go up this way. I think is the way we ought to do this. And I don't know what to expect up here. Yeah, the changes in elevation just make it so much what normally, at least based on the minimap, would look like really straightforward journey turns into something a lot more complex than that. Like, how do we actually get up there? Apparently not like this. Also too steep of a climb. Like, is this doable though? Just follow the timber line? How do we get up there? Do we need to... Hold on. Approach from this side here. This is back more toward town. But it does look like the slope is less steep. If we climb up from all the way back here. It'd be crazy, but maybe. Something like this. And just make the trek. Now that we're on the elevated piece of land. Oh, icy up here as well? That's... I mean, it is a cold place, yes, so not necessarily reason to be suspicious. Of course, we have seen in the past that that has been, at times, an indication of other things. Okay, we're getting close now, I think. A clearing of sorts, but I'm not yet seeing anything. Huh. Well... Oh, guarded treasure. Okay. I was gonna say, I didn't see anything yet. What level are you? Oh, just a bunch of level 7 rates? I mean, there may very well be something that is a lot stronger than level 7. We're about to find out. But at least at the moment, this seems fine. I'd like to get our friend back on. And immediately lose it, but also get rid of all of you. Is that all of you? I don't know. We'll take what we can get from you guys. Then maybe throw the Quen on just in case. And check this out. Keep this. Executioner's boots. Oh, okay. Looks like this might have been a graveyard of sorts. I'll explain the rates. This is the big thing we're looking for. Runestone. Okay, armors. A little bit of florins. It's not amazing. And again, it wasn't that difficult. Controller is vibrating. Might just be a coincidence. What if we light the candles? Oh no, they're already lit. I was gonna say, maybe if we conduct the sacred ritual, we'll get something even better. Nah, I don't think so. Okay. I mean, we can take a look at the stuff we picked up. I doubt that it's much good. I mean, we could start to find higher level things. Like, this technically does have better base armor and also other types of resistances. This is not bad. But we do lose the offensive things that we're getting from our cat school armor, our feline armor. So, depends in terms of pure defenses. Yeah, making the switch could actually be a little bit better. But I think I might stick with what we have at the moment. Though that is a good point that even things that don't look like they're going to be that good, because they're just normal rarity or master rarity, might still be decent just because they could be a high enough level. Now that we're in Skellige, we should find some better leveled items. Let's take another look at our map, see if there's anything we want to make a point of checking out over here. Don't really think so. I think at this point we're just looking to make it roughly in this direction, and anything that we find along the way is cool. We don't really know much about this area here, so just wander around a bit. And there do seem to be some kind of paths, not even. I don't know what to call those. Really feels like there'd be some big enemy over here. So I don't see any. Those wolves? Sound like wolves. Doesn't really mean that we want to go in that direction. There's no hair. I'll leave you alone. See if there's anything down here. Down lower. Ooh. Possibly. Looks like it. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's where we crash landed back there. So this isn't far from that spot.
Crabs. Must be near the fishing ground Rurik mentioned.
Sure. I don't remember what quest that was for, though. Spice essence. Pretty sure that's decent. Master-crafted saddle. Let's check that out real quick. Sounds good. Except it's not. Except it's not. It's just tease. But there are other things here. That villain longsword? No, we're in Skellige now. What are you talking about? You got it all wrong. Okay, so there's the quest item here. What I'm concerned about is I don't remember which quest that's for, and so I don't necessarily want to kick off part of a quest that we don't really want to be doing right now. Just here? I mean, how much could fishing crate, a lobster crate do? I don't know. Come on, there we go. Second time. So, maybe we save just in case this actually summons a level 99 sea monster. Just in case.
That stench. Drowners for sure. Bear must be nearby.
Okay, so it might just be the same thing we were looking at before, or the same quest we were looking at before that, oh, I saw the text there and for some reason thought that was something way more significant than snow hair. Yeah, I suspect it's also for the Witcher contract, for the special drowner-like enemies, and if that's just another way to find the spot, find the lair. We just found a couple different ways to get to it, maybe, or it might be something entirely different. But I think because we already know that exists, not super interested in it, mostly looking to try to uncover new and unknown things at this point. It's kind of the idea of going through these areas that we don't yet know much of anything about. Oh, for a second I thought the red from the Beggartick blossoms were actually, again, sort of the red scent path. It's like, man, it just keeps on showing up no matter where we go. Okay, more enemies. These are bandits. These guys might be worth fighting. Let's see if they're guarding anything at their bandit camp. Looks like a pretty small camp at that, so unlikely, I would think. Just in case. Check it out. May not even technically be a bandit camp. Hey guys. So how about this new Skellige place? Pretty cool, huh? Excuse you. How dare you? How dare you? So, did you have anything here? Or were you just chilling, doing nothing at all, and you don't really matter? Because it seems like it's the latter. That's where we landed, or at least I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. So, I mean, we haven't really been up in this area around here, but we've been on this path before, and we've been to the shoreline here, so no need to go all the way down there. I think we explored that fairly thoroughly. We did do that much. We didn't do much once we got beyond the shoreline, which is why we're exploring this stuff here, but this probably does lead back down there, yes. This might even be the path that we went up. Okay. We should have already done everything here. I mean, we can double check, but I think that's largely a waste of time. That is definitely where we landed, like we were saying. And that means, yes, that we want to head in this direction instead. That means that everything over here will be new to us. Look at that. Light shining from over the cliffside. Okay, I do hear some kind of enemy. Okay. Some kind of guarded treasure. It sounds like an Indriga of some variety. That looks big. Oh, no, it is not. How strong are you? Why we're in level 14? Nah, it's fine. Don't even need to throw on a Draconid oil. We got it. We got it. Just hit the dragons with fire, right? That's what you're supposed to do. That's not what you're supposed to do. Not that it matters much, though. Ooh, Wyvern Hide. Okay. Dragon Scale. Wyvern Egg. Not bad. As for the actual loot that you were guarding, though, it seems like it's technically this stuff here. There were a few other things. Let's actually come back to that one. Because these guys were unmarked. I just want to make sure we're not missing anything here. That sign. God, every time we walk up to one of these edges like this, I get nervous because it just seems like sometimes our momentum takes us a little bit farther than I expect it to take us. So, at least with what I'm trying to do, I'm thinking to myself, oh, we're nowhere near the edge based on what I just did. But, you know, like maybe we're technically standing on some uneven ground, like this nest here. And so we have a little bit of a downhill to it, and Geralt needs to break his momentum a bit. And it's like, okay, hold on. Now we are suddenly falling straight down into the water and rocks and all that stuff. Okay, so it doesn't seem like any of those guys had loot on them. Mastercrafted racing saddle. I do think we got one of those not so long ago, so that might even be the same kind that we have right now. Was that that was the big one? Okay. Oh no, not that. This. We'll double check, but I know we've seen it before. So at the very least, or at the most, it's the same as what we currently have, but it's actually worse. Okay. So we did do a lot of racing at the end there in Novigrad. So I think we're a little bit ahead of the curve on our saddles. Let's see. This. Oh. Who are you? Are you friendly? You're a messenger. Okay. Hello.
A witcher, eh?
Yeah, it's true. Okay. So this is the signpost that we were kind of using as our halfway mark of sorts. Or I think it's more than halfway. But now we're looking to go here. We could fast travel, yes, but I think I'd rather get the chance to explore a bit and see what we run into along the way. It's not very long of a travel. And so we're headed in this direction here, and I thought could potentially go off the path a little bit just to see what's down here. Looks like there might be, yeah, some more drowners. I mean, again, it could be another one of those instances of another place where we could get the scent of the actual contract that we're supposed to do. These guys are not actually drowners. This is an entirely different nest. Alright, so I think this is definitely worth it in that case. Check it out. And more of them coming out is also probably to be expected. Okay, all you down. Throw Quen back on when we can. Then Igni when we can. Or just crit you to death. Oh, hello, friend. I just dodged into you, but that's okay. Where's the actual nest itself? Right
Drowners
here?
are coming out of there.
Somehow.
Just blow it up.
Maybe. Yep, more that come out when we do that. You're the ground thing. You're the big one. Not that that matters too much here. Should be everything, and then let's make sure that we actually loot the nest itself. Okay, nothing crazy out of that, but ooh, red mutagen. Okay, that's big. Huge. Okay, no loot from you, dead body that is just, well, probably a victim. Okay, smoking pipe on you. So good thing that we cleared out the area. Critted up the drowners and whatever other names you want to call these ones by. Okay, and then there was not one other thing. Is it just all these hornworts? I didn't think so. Guess that's everything here? Thought I had something else in the back of my mind that I was thinking we ought to pick up there, but okay, so that's the kind of thing that I'm looking for, basically, is to see if we run into any monster nests or other just random chests that we find along the way that we might run into more of if we go a little bit off the path compared to if we go directly on the path. Ooh, except look out for things like this. Because again, if you're looking on the mini-map in the top right corner, yeah, it looks fine. Go straight ahead. Look on the actual ground in front of us, less so. Less so. Yep, again, feel like I'm gonna have to save with much greater frequency here. Otherwise, we are at risk of me mistakenly plummeting to our death with potentially great frequency. Okay, so like this obviously has something really nice below this, this bridge here. I mean, of course, we know the rule. That being said, don't think this would be a great time to take up a new hobby in cliff diving. So there's probably another better way down. Probably. So let's just cross the bridge for now. I mean, spies. Here. Damn it. Anything on this side? Besides fallen trees and steep cliffs. And cool views. It does seem as though there's certainly shipwrecks over there. Is that the place? No, that's the place where we crash landed. This is technically a little bit different. Oh no, that's over there, the spot where we were just checking out the monster nest, but like directly below us right here, where the waterfall feeds into, that we've not yet seen, but we still haven't really found a good way down there. So something to keep an eye out for, and might even have a way to do that right here, but looks like it takes us through the village that we're gonna go to. So let's go to the village. Hello.
Feeling any better?
So, yeah, mostly looking for the notice board, but of course if we run into anything else, then that's also fine. Oh, Race Master. Okay. let's go notice board first, and then we'll just give you a quick chat. We might even find something at the notice board that refers to you. Oyvind fulfilled his pledge. Oyvind carried out his pledge and strangled a boar with his bare hands. He died from his injuries 3 days later. Lift your horns and glasses in his memory. I mean, glorious, for sure. But also, maybe don't do that. Freya Collin, God-fearing and industrious unmarried woman who would like to spend the rest of their lives serving the goddess, are invited to sail to Hindarsfjall, the temple of Freya, Mother Sigurdrifa. Huh. So we did hear, I think we had some reading material a while back saying that Freya is basically the goddess, the religion that, or at least worshipping her is some kind of religious practice that is common on Skellige, although the thing that we're reading referred to it as a cult. So, don't know if the Skelligers would refer to it that way, but at least further indication of what it's like with her here. Patricide's execution. Otter the Bold was pronounced guilty of murdering his own father by the Council of Elders. He will be punished as the laws demand for such a crime. He will be burnt with fire, then flayed, then sewn in a sack together with a cat, a dog, and a snake, and finally the sack will be thrown into the sea. Lovely. Disturbing portents. The Druids have seen disturbing portents in the guts of a sacrificial lamb. You don't have to. Don't go out to sea for the next week, and do not sign any contracts. Okay, so that's a bad omen, basically. Gotcha. Anything? I'm asking for help from any you can give it. Someone has cast a cruel and treacherous curse on my line, for which I cannot find a remedy. If you've skill in undoing such charms, or even if you have heard of a worthy cunning man or peller who has such a gift, seek me out in my house near RANNVAIG and rescue me from this misfortune. Chance to spare a coin in recompense. Sounds like a witcher's job there. Oh, and contract, missing son. Be Skellige, or continent man. Read attentively, and to the very end. My son, Ove, went off to seek adventure and never returned. So I'm asking old travelers to keep their eyes out for him. And if you bring him back, find out what's happened to him, I'll pay a generous reward. Keep you in my prayers. Right. Okay. So that does give us more undiscovered locations. That was the primary thing we were looking for. And also, I thought additional quests. I mean, this is just going to be the same thing that we just read. Okay, yes. There's a quest for Nithing, and then I thought there was one more as well. Yep, Missing Son. Okay, so let's just take a quick peek at those. Nithing and Missing Son. So Nithing should be here, whereas Missing Son should be in contract. So that's 14. On the lower end, so definitely doable. I mean, we're going to have a lot of things in the teens here, I think, that are... technically, they're a little bit grayed out, which I think means we're getting the experience penalty because we did so much in Velen/Novigrad that we are pretty overleveled to start with here. So it's an interesting question that I think we're going to want to try to answer, at least in part, is basically, since we're already getting an experience penalty on this stuff, does that mean it's best to just do it right away and get it over with? Or is it better, because it's not going to get, the experience is not going to get any worse than it already is? That's the logic with that. Or do you deliberately target the stuff that is right around the correct level for us? Like, I think 17 might be the lowest that we still get with the normal style, the normal color of the font, suggesting that this is the normal amount of experience we're getting from this. So like the 17 through 24 quests, do you start with those because those are giving you the right amount of experience? And say if we were to do other things and level up a bit first and get up to 23, then maybe suddenly this level 17 quest goes into the grayed out category and we get an experience penalty on this. So basically, do we focus on getting rid of the lowest level quests that we're already getting the penalty for first, or do we instead go for the things that are right around the right area first and get even more over leveled for these things? Because it may not matter. I don't remember if there's even more thresholds for, like, is it basically once you're over level for it, that's that, and you're just going to get really low experience no matter what? Or is there like a difference between being 7 levels over, as we are right now, versus 8 levels over, versus 9 levels over? I'm not sure. So, I'm not necessarily sure we need to answer that question right now. But, oh, also, I just want to check the map, see how many more question marks we got. Because the hope with picking up this notice board here was that we got a lot of question marks in the northern area when we looked at a notice board up here. We were hoping to get more in the central/eastern section by taking this notice board, and we did. I mean, not nearly as many. And I think they might be split a little bit between the notice board that we just looked at and this one here. So, I mean, there are definitely still things to do in this area. Yeah, there is this area with some buildings around here that doesn't appear to have a name for it at the moment, but I did suspect that was probably going to be something, right? So not surprised to see there's a question mark there. More things along the way toward the main quest, which was going to be, I think it was right here on this shopkeeper, and shopkeeper doesn't appear to have moved, so yeah, I think that is someone who is permanently right there. Oh, and the music! It's cool. Alright, so let's explore other things in this town directly. Like, say, Lonely Boys fan. Sorry, Lonely Boys fan.